Today I'll be speaking about the topic Drupal as a beginner. So in our today's topic, we will see like how if anyone wants to learn Drupal, what are the things that they should be mainly focusing about. So in our today's session, we will go through this agenda. That is, we will see what is Drupal, why we need to use Drupal, and some of the limitations of Drupal. Then we will see an overview of admin toolbar in Drupal. Then we will learn about an overview of what is content type. Then we will see what are the user roles and permissions in Drupal. And then we will just create a small basic page and some other concepts I'll be going through. So mostly I'll not be going much into details. I'll just keep these things very short. So I will just give an overview of all these concepts in Drupal. So let us begin. Now, what is Drupal? So Drupal is a free and open source content management system which we can use to build our websites and even web applications. So this Drupal is written in PHP and based on Symfony framework. Some call this as a content management system as well, also content management framework, because they can build structures for their different types of contents in Drupal. So this Drupal has a large and very active community of developers. Not only developers, there are as well as technical as well as non-technical contributors we say over here in this Drupal community. So there is a very large and active community who like constantly focus on contributing towards Drupal and improving Drupal, so that this Drupal can it can be maintained basically. So like there is a Drupal even Slack channels and all there. There is there wherein Drupal Slack workspace is there. Actually, in that there are many Slack channels wherein um, almost many hundreds and thousands of users are there who like actively participate in different kinds of things which can help in improving Drupal. So now we will see why we need to use Drupal, or what are the advantages of using Drupal. So Drupal is reliable. So over here, like when you first install Drupal, it comes with basic functionalities. So apart from this, if you need any other functionalities and all, there are modules available in Drupal. So you can just install the module, configure the module, and that particular functionality you can integrate in your websites. So it is not like you can like search in the Drupal org for the modules. Like if you want a particular functionality, you can search for that in the Drupal org site, and it is not like every time you will get the exact functionality. What even like what can happen is like you can get a particular functionality or similar functionality, and that might not be exact like as what you need. So what you can do is you can even like download that particular module and enhance the functionality of that particular module. So even that is possible. So also like if any feature or something is not available, then even you can build a custom module also on your Drupal website. So it's like reliable and also flexible. Also, this has Drupal has a huge dedicated community, which I just spoke about. So there is a Slack workspace also. There are like different this community groups and all and that are there who help in this improving Drupal. So also if you face any technical issues and all, like also there are support channels in Drupal wherein you can contribute, wherein you also can help others and others also can help you all. So in this way, like you can enhance even your skills and knowledge. Also, like there are this modules, themes, and all in Drupal. So there are many like contributors who like contribute towards these things and improve that particular module. Let's say if a module is uh, there is some issue in a module, then some developer can go and like fix those issues. They can create a issue list and all, and they can fix that particular issues. And then the maintainer of the particular module uh, checks this, and once he is satisfied with it, he can merge those things, merge those particular functionality or merge that fix onto the module and release a new version of the module. So like there is many like large dedicated community who actively like contribute towards this Drupal. Also, like there are available resources. So there's a lot of documentations and all available in Drupal org for every particular module or every particular concept. There is a documentation available which can help in like learning those things. Also, Drupal is secure. So secure, I mean over here, there is a like Drupal as a separate security team which is there who actively focus towards improving the security of Drupal. Also, like if there is any issue in the Drupal core, uh, they work behind the scenes in order to fix this particular issue and immediately release a newer version of Drupal, a minor version, I would say, if there is a issue. Like, and they do it in a such a way that like if this like what you say, if a very critical bug which was there in Drupal, if it is fixed, then what Drupal does is it gives a particular message on your site saying that a newer version of a Drupal is released or a security update has been made, and you should immediately update your Drupal. So if anything happens like a security update is released, then this message is shown onto all the pages of your Drupal website. This demo I'll be giving you all in my upcoming slides. So like this, it's secure. So all this security team, like they help in improving towards Drupal. Now we will see what are some of the disadvantages or limitations that Drupal has. So setup of the platform is not an easy process and can be time consuming for a beginner. So time consuming and not an easy process. I don't mean it is like difficult or something, but if a person who comes from a different CMS background or who has not worked on a CMS, for that person initially to understand the structure of Drupal, it comes like a bit lengthy time. So if it is like how much you practice, that much like fast you can get to grasp all the concepts. So it takes a bit time to understand, and it has a steep learning curve. So when you install Drupal and just go over it, then you might feel that okay, Drupal is easy, but Drupal is like it has very vast concepts. So like there are many things to learn in Drupal. There are many like concepts which are there, wherein if you know this particular things, then uh, it will take like many concepts and all are there. So uh, it is not like if you learn you can learn Drupal within a very short time. So the more you learn, the more you practice, you get to know those concepts well then. So updates may be a complex process and require significant changes. So whenever a Drupal next version of a Drupal is released, and you need to update your current site which is there, So there are many things that you need to take care of. So you might be using like many modules on your site. So you need to make sure that all these modules that you are using on your site is compatible with the next version of Drupal that you will be updating. So Drupal also provides another module which identifies and gives you a list of modules, like which modules are is not compatible or which module requires update, all these things. Drupal also gives these things, but it is a complex process that you need to know, like if I upgrade it to the next version, what are the problems in the existing modules that can create. So also Drupal has like in all these modules, there is a, if any new version is released, like they maintain a change log wherein you can go and see what are the changes that has been made in the current release of this particular module. So that is one thing. And high resource requirements. High resource requirements is mostly towards the server side, wherein it consumes a lot of this memory and all. So in terms of that, it has some these limitations. But if those limits and all are increased, then Drupal can really perform well on those particular servers as well. So now we will see like what about this admin toolbar overview. So I have so this is this Drupal site that I have installed. And now if you all see over here, this particular section is what we call as a Drupal administrative toolbar. So here you can go through all these things. So if you go over here in manage your content, your whatever contents you create, uh, all those things are listed over here. So this is that particular thing. So as I was explaining here that about the security release. So this particular site, when I installed on my particular on this system, it was using a particular this version of Drupal. Now there is another newer version or a security update that has been released. So in such cases, Drupal on every page of this administrative site, when you log into the admin, this message is displayed, like which suggests that there's a security update available and I should immediately update this Drupal site. So these are some of the security features that Drupal allows. So now coming back to this administrative toolbar. So this is the place where you can see all the content that has been created in Drupal. And this structure is all about like the structure of your website. So you can create taxonomies, you can create paragraph type. These are each of these things is a different concept in Drupal. So next is appearance, is mostly related to the theme of your Drupal website. So if you want to install a particular theme or you want to make some changes to the theme, uh, you will get a particular interface over here in this appearance section. You can make all those changes over there. Then next, if you go click on extend will give you all the list of modules and themes that are there on your website. So also if you install some new modules, those also get listed over here. And all these things are distinguished between different packages. So this is a core meaning whenever you install Drupal, this all these modules are there, which comes by default. Some are enabled, which is important and necessary for the Drupal to work, and some are optional. So if you need those particular feature, then only you can install enable this module. So apart from this core, there are other packages also, which when you go into this extend section, it differentiates all these things. Then next is about configuration. Configuration is all about the settings of your Drupal site. So if you want to, if I go over here, if I want to change this name of this website, so I've given the name of website as SJ Drupal training. So if I want to change the name of this site, I can go over here in this configurations. I can make those changes over here. Also, other uh, also this configuration is also includes like when you install any module, if that module requires any configuration or any setting related changes, those things can be found over here. Next is about people. So people will give you a list of users that are there in this particular Drupal site. Next is about reports. Reports gives you all the details over here. Like if you click on this report, uh, there are many, like if you click on this available updates, it will give you a report like which are the modules on your Drupal site that requires an update, or a new version of the Drupal is released, or new version of a module is released. All these things can you can get over here. Also, it provides other things like log messages and all you all can check. You all can set up a page not found on this. This also can be created over here in reports. Then next is help section. Help section is about whatever like modules you all install. Like if you click over here, it gives you all this whatever modules and all are listed. And when you click on this, each module has a help section. So when you install a module, each module has a help section that is available in the code basically. So over here, when you all click on this, it will give you like what is the module about or how you all need to use it, depending on how the maintainer is given the instructions for this particular module. So this was all about the Drupal administrative toolbar. And now over here, if you all see, this is the shortcuts. So let's say if you all want, if something is there that you all are using most often, and let's say if you all want to add a particular menu, or you all will need to go in this particular menu settings. Then when you click on this menu, it will ask you like where you want to create the menu and all. So if there is something like you all create most often, that particular link you all can use it as a shortcut. So for example, if I want to list, like I've created this news over here, if I just want to access that particular link, instead of going through all this things over here, I can just click on the shortcuts and I can click on this news. So this particular list I had removed, so it is showing me a page not found. So apart from that, like y'all can click on other shortcuts also. Y'all can also create new shortcuts on this particular section over here. So this was about the administrative toolbar. Now we will go on to the next section, that is content type. So content type is about defining a structure of or a template for your content. Let's say you all want to create a news content type. So you all can define your fields over there in this particular content type. You all can create a content type called news. Over there, you all can place all the fields, like you all want a title for this news or an image, or all these things is you all can define this as a fields under each of the content type. So when you install Drupal, Drupal provides you by default with these two content types, that is article and basic page. So this content type you all can create and also reuse in some other places as well in your Drupal website. So next is about user roles and permissions. So in Drupal, it allows like there are many permissions are there. Like if you all want to create a content type, you all can restrict someone, like he can this particular user can only create a content type. He cannot edit a content type, or he can create his own content type and edit his own content type. But if some other user creates this content, then he cannot edit that particular things. Like, so all these things, permissions can be defined, and this particular permissions can be assigned to a specific role, and that role can be assigned to the users. So this Drupal allows you to provide this control to different parts of your website, and over there also you all can define what actions you all want the users to perform. Apart from the default permissions that Drupal provides, you all can even create your own custom permissions as well, and you all can assign it to a particular role, and that role you all can assign to a users of your site. So over here, if I click on this people, it will give me all these users who are there, and this is the roles which I was speaking about. So there is a role called content editor, which has its own permission, which allows which gives like what a content editor can do or what he cannot do. All those things, permissions are assigned to this content editor, and this content editor role is assigned to this user. So this user can only do the things which is allowed for a content editor to do. And apart from that, there are other roles like administrator. Administrator is a site administrator who has all the permissions in Drupal. So this was about the user roles and permissions. Now we will see about how we can create a simple basic page. So as I said, if I go on this content type, Drupal gives like this by default these two content types, article and basic page. And this is another content type which I had created. So now we will see how to create a content for this basic page content type. So for that, I need to go to this content. Then I can click on add content. Here it will ask me like for which content you want to create, whether you want to create an article or a basic page or a news. So in this case, I want to create a basic page, so I can click on this basic page. So it will give me all these fields which is set in the content type. So in that content type, there is only one field that is set, that is body, and title is the field which comes by default in all the content types. So here I will just give a title of this page and a small description for this. And these are some of the other settings in Drupal. If you want to give this particular page a specific page URL, then that structuring can be done over here. So once you click on enter all these things, then you can click on save. So your page will be created. So this is a simple page that I created. So apart from this, like if you all want to, there is also like possibility like you can rearrange the fields like how it appears over here, or you all can add some new fields and all to the content type. Then you all can come to this basic page and edit this particular basic page, or you all can change the layout of this page. So all these things are all this flexibility Drupal will provide you. So this was about creating a simple basic page. There are many more things also in this, but I'll be explaining just an overview for you. So next is about this other concepts which you'll need to know. Like there is something called Drupal cache. So here you all can set basically like when you load a particular this Drupal site, you all can set like how many period of time you all want to this particular page to be cached. So all these things can be set over here. Also, Drupal cache is there like so it caches your data for a particular period of time. If you all can also clear that particular cache, or also you all can set like no caching, so your page will not cache the pages at all. So then next is about the reports. So reports, as I told you all, it gives you all a full detail of your like website. If your if anything's new version of your Drupal is released, or log messages, or all these things, so you can find it in the report section of your Drupal website. Then next is about blocks. So you all can create blocks on your site. So if I go over here, this particular section which you all can see is a block. This is also a block. So these are some of the default blocks which Drupal provides. Apart from this, you can create your own custom blocks as well, and you can place it on the on your different sections of your website. Also, the block provides features like you can create a block and set it such that that particular block is visible on all the pages of your website. Or such setting also can be made like if you want to create a block and want it to be visible only on one particular page, then you all can mention the URL of the page, so it will be displayed on only on that particular page. So these are some of the additional like features which blocks provides. Then next is about paragraph types. So paragraph types is a very like nice flexible feature which Drupal provides. So you all can create a paragraph type, a structure you all can create basically, and this particular paragraph type you all can reuse across different content types of your Drupal website. So let's say if I go over here in this content type, and for this basic page article, if I click, these are the fields that are there currently in this particular content type. So I can create another field over here, and I can reference this field with the content type. So if I create a paragraph type with two fields, and I set it to reference for this content type, for every time when I create this particular article, it will allow me to add this, use this particular paragraph type. So it provides a kind of reusable feature which you all can use in different sections of your website. Then next is about views. So views is a very important feature in Drupal, which allows you to create a listing for the pages. So you all can create if you all want to, if you all have created this particular article, and you all have and let's say in your this website there are many articles listed. So you all can create a view for that to list all this particular articles that are there on your site. Also you all can like make some flexibility also to the view, like you all can filter the view, or you all can add some filters that will provide the end user to make some modifications or filter the data, all these things. Also like there are many things in views. So if I go over here in views, these are some of the things. So let's say if this page which I was showing you all, this is basically a view itself. So there is a view over here called content, whose path is this admin content. So this listing which provides is also a view itself. So these are the some of the filters which Drupal has added over here in this, and this filters is provided to the end user, wherein you can filter this data that is being displayed. So apart from this, this content, all these things which are there was by default it comes in Drupal. Apart from this, also you all can create additional views as well. Also, if you all want a feature wherein you all want to export all this data which is there into a maybe CSV format or XML format, for that also you all can create a view, but for that you all will require some additional module which has a dependency on this view. It is called data export. So that also you all can install, and with the help of that module, you all can export the data of your Drupal website. So these are some of the basic things the views provides. Also, like there are many extensive things, I would say. So if you click on this things, like there are some advanced settings also, like you can add some filters over here, you can make some changes to the queries and all these things are possible in Drupal. So these are some of the important things which a Drupal a person who wants to learn Drupal, he should know about. So these were the things that had to be covered in this particular section. So these are some of the references. Like this is a Drupal org site, which you all can go through, and you all can find all the resources available. This is another drupalize.me, which provides some more explanation to the concepts in Drupal. And this is a simple like blog which was found, which I had used for making this presentation.